Collingwood supporters certainly have plenty of it. But it's that raw passion that now sees the club preparing to go to war. And with it, a host of egos need to realise, whether they understand it or not, that they're likely to tear the club apart. It's that simple. Eddie McGuire's resignation as club president in February of this year created such a vacuum at the top that the club is self-destructing. And then you add to that the performances on the field. Collingwood's on-field performances have been disastrous. Those losses are making the famed Magpie army not only restless, but angry and very dissatisfied. Now, for 23 years, Eddie McGuire ran a pretty tight ship at Collingwood. In fact, when Eddie took over as president from Kevin Rose back in 1998, the club was very much on its knees and nearly broke. Subsequently, Eddie, through his network of business connections and astute business acumen, managed to turn that magnificent Collingwood ship around, making it the richest and the most profitable club in the AFL. So it's not hard to imagine that some resentment and a little anger still remains with Eddie about how he was betrayed by some of his board members. Now, they were members that he thought would be loyal to his cause right to the very end. Well, rightly or wrongly, Eddie feels he still has unfinished business, and his legacy, of course, at Collingwood is yet to be fulfilled. Now, whether you're an Eddie McGuire supporter or whether you're not, there's one certainty. Eddie is a polarising figure, but his passion and love for the club can never be denied. If you cut Eddie, you need to understand that he will bleed black and white, which is why McGuire is hurting. Like most successful business people, Eddie has a healthy ego. He may no longer be president, but Eddie still wields great influence and with it power. And if McGuire's power and influence holds true, Michael Corder's reign as president may be short-lived, especially if Eddie has his way. Then enter Jeff Brown, a long-time McGuire confidant, a close friend and an ally. And if you're a betting person, then the odds of Jeff Brown succeeding Eddie as president are inching ever closer to a certainty. But for that to happen, there will need to be an extraordinary general meeting held, or a clandestine coup. McGuire has many loyal fans, have no doubt about that. Collingwood fan David Hatley, it appears, may well be one of them. Hatley, like McGuire, knows that all it takes to call an EGM is a minimum of 500 signatures from Collingwood members. And that would force the board members to vacate their positions until a fresh election could be called. Now, it's a battle that continues to rage, and with it the intrigue grows, of course, and the egos, seemingly hell-bent on tearing the club apart, show no signs of actually backing down. But at what cost? Now, that's the real question that Corder, McGuire and the past players like Shaw, Moore and Kelly will need to consider. Even the sponsors, we're hearing, are buying into the debate. For Collingwood's members and the loyal faithful, I think the question that they will have to ask themselves is this: will the impending bloodbath be worth destroying the biggest and proudest club in the AFL? Many members will argue that it's a battle that it's very much worthwhile if it means getting the right people on the board. People like McGuire, who bleed black and white, obviously believe that they do. And last Sunday, Hatley managed to secure more than twice the amount of signatures that were needed to force an EGM. And he's keen to get even more on board to snuff out any potential challenge. Now, if the numbers are overwhelmingly in favour of an EGM, that's an extraordinary general meeting, that the club will not be able to dispute the call of the members. And by holding an EGM, McGuire will expect to lobby his former members to achieve the objective of getting Jeff Brown to succeed him, and thereby paying back all those that he believes may have betrayed him.